Lithographic printing refers to a technique that uses a flat surface, such as stone or a metal plate, and the image to be printed is etched on a separate surface for each colour, so the poster effectively has one colour applied at a time. Goff shared how his father Lawrence got into the print trade.
He studied at the College of Art in Nottingham, and then he took an apprenticeship with what was quite an important printing company called Stafford's in Nottingham. He was apprenticed for 5 years. He started off at 12 shillings a week in the first year, finished up at 36 shillings a year. But by the 1930s, I think he was their senior lithographic artist. And when they did posters for films or for advertising, he was the big head man. His job was to draw the portraits of the stars for these big posters, billboards. Other, perhaps more junior artists would do the lettering. And he kept samples of all that. These, I believe he actually etched onto a metal plate, and then it was printed by offset lithography in 2 or 3 stages, 2 or 3 colour stages. And he kept a lot of his work. But they're big, but mostly they're only part of the full poster, because he only kept what he did. But they are beautiful. I mean, they were in his garden shed for 40 years, and I've had them in my attic for almost the same length of time, so they're nearly 80 years old, but they are beautiful. The colours are wonderful. There's famous stars' names like Spencer Tracy and Mickey Rooney.
The posters were created between 1931 to about 1941 at the beginning of World War II. Goff thinks his father created the images by hand using an etching tool and wants them to see the light of day.
I just want to do something with them, even if I could somehow get them printed and downsized so I could at least have them up in my house rather than stuck away in a bag.
And there's more to this Prince story, as Goff's father was about 20 when he met Goff's mother at work.
She was actually only 16, if that, and she left school and went into the printing trade. And she had a title, but she was, if you like, the odds and ends girl. So she would take some of the work from the editor perhaps to the artist and then back again. And apparently she was about the only young woman in the place, and every time they used to come in, and they knew my father and her were a little bit of an item kind of thing, even at that age, and they used to sing "If You Were the Only Girl in the World" when she came in. And they actually got married, and they were married for 65 years.
This is Shan Robins for That's Solent.